This is the Padres Postcast, your instant game reaction for the
San Diego Padres.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, Padre fan? Welcome to your Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Jim Grieshaber. Call me Gries. Your Padres with a big win tonight over the NL East leading Philadelphia Phillies, who came into Petco having taken 2 out of 3 from the Pods in Philly last week, but not tonight, my friend, as the Padres bullpen. Javi's been calling them the Four Horsemen. 3 of them now with Morejon are in the All-Star game. Oh, what a night for Morejon, for Adam, for Suarez. The bullpen in full effect again tonight. Couple of runs they pushed across. They scratched them. You know, they clawed. They got out a couple of bases-loaded jams tonight, and they did just enough to pick up the win. And when they're winning these games, you know, like 4-3, 4-2, 1-zip, this is playoff caliber baseball. So what I'm trying to say here is come October, they're used to winning these low-scoring games. They're used to winning these games where it's 1-0 or 4-3 or 4-2. You know what I mean? So those are the types of games that take place almost every time out in the postseason when the pitching and the defense become kings, and the Padres are winning these types of games. So I'll say that. I've talked so many times about the different things that they haven't been doing, what's going wrong, the offense, but I'll tell you this, winning these tight, close, low-scoring games, there's no way that won't help you when you win so many of these in the regular season as you head toward October. But you got to get there first. And to do that, you're going to have to score a lot more runs. The deadline's coming up, obviously, the All-Star break. But I just wanted to point that out. Okay, Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, Gries, at Jim Gries _ on social media right here. We're free, live on YouTube right after the game with the postcast. And then, of course, we upload, you download. Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Apple, iHeart, and Roku. OTT, yeah, you know me. There is no OPP when you're 53. Maybe there is, but not for me. Anyway, what a night in San Diego. They're going crazy in the gas lamp, and a big win by the Padres tonight against the Phillies. We're here to break it all down with your Padres Postcast right here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. But before we really kick it into high gear, want to thank you. And I thank you for making us your first watch or listen every day. Myself with the postcast, Javier Reyes with the podcast right here on all the same channels. Give us a subscribe, hit the bell, come on in, give us a note, ask us a question, mailbags, comments, live on YouTube, come on into the chat room, you name it, we got you right freaking here. 4-2 Padres over the Phillies tonight in San Diego. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, Padres Postcast and Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, kicking into the high gear right about now.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Another Padres win as the numbers increase on the stream. Come on in, give us a sub, give us a note, ask us a question, gloat, brag, talk crap, whatever you want to do, San Diego and beyond. Padres fan, we love you. Friar faithful, Friar fandom, Friar fanatics. Yeah, baby. They wore the Art Basel unis tonight, I call them. The pastels, baby. The pastels, looking like the Miami Padres. But, man, they didn't play like a team out of Miami because the Marlins stink. You get that, right? Anyway, but a big win tonight for the Padres. And looking at the main storylines from the game, how about Manny Machado with the insurance run in the bottom of the 8th inning? Yeah, baby. Number 100 in his career at Petco in terms of homers. And I do believe he had 100 at Camden Yards. So now 100 at Petco to go along with his 100 at Camden Yards with the Orioles. He's already played more games with the Padres than he has with the Orioles and more hits with the Padres than he had with the Orioles. So, man, he's a Padre on his Hall of Fame plaque is what I'm trying to tell you right now. The bullpen, 4 2/3 scoreless innings tonight. Get out of 2 bases loaded jams. Jason Adam with a huge escape job. Houdini. You know what I'm saying? Houdini. Fernando, 2 more hits. He's starting to heat up. Manny hit the homer. Bogarts, 3 hits tonight. Morejon makes the All-Star team, which is awesome to go along with Suarez. You know, so a great job by the Padres all the way across the board. So when you look at this game and you look at what happened here tonight, just an outstanding performance by the bullpen. And that's been the key all season long for the Padres. A big part of their success has been the success of the bullpen. Jason Adam gets out of a bases loaded jam in the 8th, 4 1/3 scoreless innings from the bullpen. They beat the Phillies 4-2. Morejon named to the All-Star team earlier in the day. 3 relievers for the Padres in the All-Star game. First time in the history of Major League Baseball, one team gets 3 relievers on an All-Star roster, and that bees the Pods, right? So fellow All-Star Robert Suarez, save number 28, leads the league. Perfect ninth for him. You know what I'm saying? And, a really nice job in the 7th as well, and we'll get to that in a moment. But 3-2 Padres, you know what I'm saying? Adam loads the bases, leadoff walk to Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Alec Bohm single, and you're going, oh, no. But Castellanos hits a dribbler right out in front of the plate. Adam fields it with his glove and flips it with the glove to Elias Diaz to force Turner out, and then Max Kepler pops up, and Adam pumps his fist and slaps his glove. Perfect 6 for Jeremiah Estrada. He gets the win. You know what I mean? Kyle Schwarber with a home run for the Phillies, but a nice job by the Padres tonight, man. And tomorrow you'll see Zach Wheeler, who's not going to go to the All-Star game, which is why Morejon is going, and Darvish coming back on the bump for the Phillies. So there you have it right there, and that's just a whiz through the storylines. But it really wasn't easy again tonight, and these are the types of games, the white knucklers. You know what I'm saying? Estrada gets the win, Suarez the save. You know what I mean? And Ranger Suarez gets the loss for the Phillies, a 1.99 ERA coming in, and they beat him. He's 7-3, and you get Wheeler tomorrow night, a chance to beat him too. How about that? As Mel Allen would say. Jackson Merrill continuing to slump. Luis Arise in a bit of a slump right now, and Cronenworth not hitting anything along with Diaz. But man, Fernando's coming along, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk, had a stolen base, his 20th. You know what I mean? Manny had the homer in the 8th. He was 1 for 3. Bogart's 3 for 4. He's ripping the ball right now. And Iglesias had the first RBI tonight. He's been hitting pretty well also. And then from a pitching standpoint, man, I mean, they were still 2 for 8 with runners scoring position. But from a pitching standpoint, Bergert made his return after getting hit. You saw him take the liner in his last start as maybe 3-4 weeks ago. He went 4 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts for Bergert. Nice job, 82 pitches. Yuki Matsui, third of an inning. Estrada, an inning. Morejon, an inning. Adam, an inning. And Suarez, an inning. Zeros all the way across the board. Tremendous job by the Padres. And to get Suarez out of there, Ranger Suarez for the Phillies, by the way, 6 hits and 6 2/3, to get him out of there, a guy who's pitching that well this year as early as they did. That's just phenomenal. Great job by the Padres offense doing that as well. So there you have it. As they head toward the All-Star break, you want to grab at least another win, take 2 out of 3, and Lord forbid you go for the sweep here in this series, because that would be dope AF. You know what I'm saying? It really would be. So when you look at the National League West right now, here you are, 4.5 back. The Giants are 4 back. Dodgers have lost 7 games in a row. Padres need to take advantage, right? They're a half game behind the Giants at 51-43. 2 more games before the break. Love to see them take that second spot before we hit the All-Star break. All right, time for our break of our own, right? A couple of words from our sponsors. They're jumping in line. They're clamoring to be on the network, man. We got 220 plus shows. We have millions and millions of viewers and listeners right here, and they all want to come in and give you the best possible deals. Let's hear from a couple of them right now. Then when we come back, we'll do the turning point, we'll do the star of the game, and get you ready for tomorrow before we bounce on out and leave it for hobby. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries, Padres Postcast, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. 4-2 Padres beat the Phillies in the opener at Petco. And I get to tell you about Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need, delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and a lot more, including discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it is your turn. Join the Trademaster program today at supplyhouse.com, and that's supplyhouse.com/TM. Start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use the promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order at supplyhouse.com on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And how about this one? We love this. The old heads like me, we really had the struggle was real, is all I'm going to say to you youngins right there, because you didn't even know what we had to do to get tickets to an event because you have Game Time. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Of course you have. Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Party, baby. Game Time makes it possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game, like the Phillies these next 2 days at Petco. Game Time, last-minute tickets, zone deals, big savings, and seat views panoramic in the app before you buy, so you know exactly where you'll be, what it'll look like. They can't tell you whose fat head's going to be in front of you. That's going to be up to you. But, hey, it is what it is. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONCOLLEGE. College for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed with Game Time. On the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. The Padres with the big win tonight. You beat the first place team in the East, the Phillies, second best record in the NL. Let me just take a peek at this, actually. Now that the Dodgers have lost 7 in a row, I got to kind of reset myself here. What do we got? We got the Phillies are a half game up on the Mets in the East, and that thing is like crazy, right? Just like the West, but the Dodgers been giving themselves a little bit of a cushion, you know what I'm saying? So when you look at the standings overall, big win for the Padres tonight, 4-2. The bullpen goes 4 1/3 scoreless innings. Fernando, a couple of hits. Bogarts, 3 hits. Manny, a home run number of 100 in his career at Petco. But when you're looking at the National League right now, the Dodgers with 56 wins are still, man, like the Cubs have 55 and the Phillies, Mets, Brewers have 54. Giants and Padres 51. So teams nipping at the Dodgers' heels now that they've lost 7 in a row. And so there you have it. But limping into the All-Star break go the Dodgers. I know that breaks your heart, right, Padre fan? While you're here, smash that subscribe. Hit the bell. Come on in and say what's up to your boy in the comments. Remember, we're live on YouTube right after the game. Then we upload so you can download wherever you get your audio podcast. If you don't want to see the handsome face, you can download from Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Stitcher, Podbean, or you can watch me on Roku as well. Down with OTT. Yeah, you know me. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. Couple of things to do. Short time to do them in. First things first, I Gries bring you.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I mean, I just want to say this, okay? And I'm really excited to this is one of my favorite parts of the show because you identify where a baseball game turned, right? And that's exactly, how you want to do things, right? When you look, I mean, in the 8th inning, when Jason Adam got out of that jam, making the big play with his glove. But I still feel like in the 5th inning, you got a 3-2 lead, and Yuki Matsui comes in, strands the bases loaded in the 5th inning. You're up 3-2, the Phillies, those big bats in the lineup, and then Jason Adam does it again in the 8th inning after, Harper and Bohm do what Harper and Bohm do, and they get those hits, and then, it's 1 out, bases loaded. Jason Adam gets out of it, but the turning point of the game was absolutely in the 5th inning when Yuki Matsui was able to escape that jam, and he only pitched a third of an inning tonight. And that was a huge point in the game. So that's the turning point, which brings us to...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
player of the game. Who could it be? Who can it be? Now, Manny Machado with his 100th career homer at Petco gives you the insurance in the bottom of the 8th inning. Yeah, no, that wasn't enough to make Manny the player of the game. Fernando, 2 hits. Bogarts, 3 hits. Nobody on offense really tonight. I'm going to give it to the bullpen as a collective. 4 1/3 scoreless innings. These guys have been doing it all year. The first team in Major League Baseball history to have 3 relievers selected to the All-Star team in the same season. Think about that, what it takes to do that, how great this bullpen has been with Michael King on the IL. Darvish just made his first start. Musgrove's out. They've been plugging guys in. Dylan Cease has been terrible all year, and the bullpen has carried this team. No different tonight after Bergert went 4 2/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 7 strikeouts. Good outing from him, but Matsui, scoreless, 3rd of an inning. Estrada gets the win with a scoreless inning. Morejon makes the All-Star team today. He goes a scoreless inning with 2 strikeouts. Adam, a scoreless inning, escaping a jam. Little Houdini act, I get it. But Suarez with a perfect 9th with his 28 saves. So the bullpen is the star of the game tonight for your San Diego Padres. Let me throw my boy Morejon up there. I love this dude. He's lights out, replacing Tanner Scott, who is not easy to replace, the Dodgers closer. And there's Robert Suarez right there. Couple of guys who really contributed to this win tonight. All right, before we get out of here, just about to get out of here and have some food with my son and his girl. They're moving out of town. But before I do, I have to get you ready for tomorrow. Now, as we do every day at the end of the show, check this out, right? Saturday, it'll be a 4:35 first pitch. It's a Fox game, national TV. Remember, Fernando loves these games, and he's heating up. Manny's on fire right now, too. The Pods tomorrow at, they're minus 155 on the money line. Actually, that's the Phillies. The Pods are plus 130. And they are plus 1.5 on the run line, and that's because Zach Wheeler is going to be on the bump for the Phils. Zach Wheeler, 9-3, 2.17 ERA, although we love him. He's not going to pitch in the All-Star game, and that allowed Morejon to get on there. But you, Darvish, you? No, not you. You. I think I'm funny. I'm not. My kids will tell you. But you, Darvish, will pitch for the Padres, trying to win 2 out of 3 in the series, even maybe get a sweep. The Dodgers losing 7 in a row right now. The Pods right behind the Giants at 4.5 out. The Giants are 4 out. All those teams over 50 wins in the National League. It's up for grabs right now, and the trade deadline is July 31st. The All-Star break starts on Sunday. So many things to look forward to, so many things to talk about. Make sure you watch and listen to Javier Reyes with Locked On Padres podcast day in, day out. And then, of course, come holler at your boy after every game. Padres Postcast, we're live on YouTube. After the game, we upload, you download, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, Apple, iHeart. You know the deal, and we're on ROKU as well. You down with OPP? No, I'm 53. It's OTT, over-the-top television with ROKU. Until tomorrow night, that 4:35 first pitch, when we come your way with your Padres Postcast after the game, I want to thank you for being here. Want to remind you, Locked On MLB Game Night on YouTube. Every game, every night, breaking it down for you. You got to check that out, as well as Javi back with his 4 horsemen talk. How could he not? After what the bullpen did tonight, he will be back, I'm sure, tomorrow with another episode of Locked On Padres podcast. Until tomorrow, Padre faithful, keep your game tight and your mind right. I am Jim Grieshaber. Call me Gries, and I am out on this Friday night. Be safe. Have fun. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode Padres Postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. 4-2, they beat the Phillies tonight to open up the series at Petco. Jim Grieshaber, call me Gries. I am out.